You know what I was thinking? The Democrats destroyed one of the most loyal voting bases anyone would ever have. All they had to do was take care of their voting base. I don't think they're going to find any voting base as loyal as foundational Black Americans. All they had to do was take care of them. All of these billions of dollars, these trillions of dollars they're spending on illegal migrants, they could have spent that on Black Americans, and Black Americans would have kept them in power forever. But you ignored them. You ignored foundational Black Americans. You ignored your voting base. The most loyal people that you can ever have. And you've lost them and continually losing them. So now Democrats are in an uproar and panicking about this voting thing that came down from the Supreme Court. All you had to do was take care of your voting base. Think of all the money foundational Black Americans had made for you. Just take Black Lives Matter alone. None of that money went towards the Black community at all. The Black community never benefited from that money. The Democrats pocketed it and they put it in other programs, illegal migrants, everything else but Black Americans. And the only thing Black Americans were asking for was a hate crime bill to keep from law enforcement or police taking their lives. That's all they asked for, is a hate crime bill to protect foundational Black Americans. But what did the Democrats do? They gave a hate crime bill to the illegal migrants. They gave a hate crime bill to the Asians, everyone else. And when Black Americans started talking reparations, what did you do? You gave reparations to Asians. You gave reparations, or start talking about giving reparations to illegal migrants. You're talking about giving reparations to these people in Minnesota, right? And you completely turned your back, man, to Black Americans for them to kiss your butt. So now you're losing one of the most loyal voting bases. And for what? The illegal migrants, they don't care anything about Americans. They don't care anything about the Democrat Party. And guess what? They're not loyal. And they're not going to be loyal. They are loyal to their country, where they came from. And you have so many migrants or immigrants telling you on social media that they're not loyal, that they don't like America. They're only here to get a free ride. They're telling you that. And a lot of the Latinos now turn from the Democrats and voting Republican. See, I'm a conservative. I vote Republican. And it makes no sense. So Democrats are really messed up. And the only way you want to keep Black Americans loyal to you is for you to look out for them. You know, that money, like I said, that was spent on migrants or open borders, that should have went towards the Black community. I think Black Americans are part of reparations. It should be tax exempt. I think Black Americans should be tax exempt. You know, I think that when it comes to, I think Black Americans should receive a check. There should be a big check, just like to everybody else. But I think there should be a hate crime bill. I think that Black Americans should be tax exempt, and I also think Black Americans should have access to businesses, not just telling us, oh, we're going to send you to school, and then you get education, or you guys sitting around talking about, oh, we're going to sit down and have, we're going to have to study reparations, when no other group had to study reparations. You had to study from you didn't study for no other group but Black Americans. Any other group, you just say, here we go, we're going to give it to you. Look at what Joe Biden did with Ukraine. and with illegal migrant and with other nations. But when it comes to foundational Black Americans, it's got to be studied. What's the study? You can track foundational Black Americans by their Social Security number. You have no problems finding Black Americans when you want to arrest them and lock them up, right? So I think the Democrats messed up big time. And your biggest mistake is turning your back on the most loyal voting base that anyone could ever have. Once they're loyal, Black Americans are pretty loyal. You take care of them, man, and Black Americans will take care of you. So if Democrats want to get back on point, don't just make empty promises. You got to keep your promises. As a matter of fact, you got to give the foundational Black Americans something before they even start voting for you again, because they're talking like, oh, no check, no vote, right? So you have to show that you're loyal to Black Americans, not just come around when you want them to vote for you. See, now they're all up in there. They got Black people, and the only time Democrats want to put Black people up front is when you want them to vote, or when you'll use another Black politician with a bunch of Black people standing around talking about racism. You need to drop that, because that's outdated. It's outdated, man. You can't use race, man, to control Black Americans. You can't use race to control Black Americans. You have to take care of your voting base, man, and stop using race as a weapon.